Welcome to Real Mom Talks. Look, I made flashcards because I secretly want to be Andy Cohen, but it's so low budget and crooked, and it looks like crap, but we're going to do
Sophia made it.
Yes, Sophia made it. So my first guest on Real Mom Talks is Angela Carpenter. And I have known her my entire life. Like literally we went to preschool together. Mm-hmm. And just grew up to every school, elementary, middle, high school. And we got in a lot of trouble together. But we are moms now, so we don't get in trouble anymore. So her motherhood journey has been completely different than mine and almost all of our friends. And she's a working mother who is just amazing. And so we're going to talk to her about motherhood and just marriage and all that nice stuff. So we're going to start off a little light since I know infertility and that can get a little heavy. So tell me what you do for work.
So I work in the automotive space for a company called Call Review, which we pretty much track and monitor phone calls that go into dealerships and help them save any missed opportunities to get clients through their door.
So do you travel at all?
I do. So my travel has obviously been a little light now that my son is here, mm-hmm. but I probably travel 4 or 5 times a month.
Her husband is a police officer, so he has crazy hours, and he's on the SWAT team. Which is so cool. And he has crazy hours sometimes. So who usually, like how, when you leave, who takes care of Liam?
So my sister and I, we have a college-age girl that comes to her house and watches both of them during the day. And then obviously depending on my husband's work schedule, which fluctuates every week, he has days off during the week. So I try to plan my travel around that. So I know that someone's obviously there if something was to happen and I'm, in another state or whatever the case may be.
So when you're away, do you FaceTime all the time, like good nights and good mornings?
Yeah, and it's super hard right now because he's very clingy at that stage. So every time he sees me, it's more of like a whining session on FaceTime, so it ends up turning into a phone call with my husband and seeing how the day is.
Because I'm sure he sees you and is like, wants you and like literally wants to go through the phone.
Exactly. Yep.
So hard. He has a little boy Liam, like we said. So where do you love to shop for his stuff? And what would you say like your favorite like brand is for him?
I'm in a lot of like groups on Facebook that Alex knows because she sees all my tags. I'm really obsessed with Kiki pants. They're a pajama. They also make like clothes or whatever. But my sister actually got me into these like buttery soft pajamas that sound crazy, but those a lot. And then also the rags, which are sometimes a good thing and sometimes a bad thing because they don't have, I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they don't have like the clips where like the diaper is. So literally it just goes like up over their body.
Really?
Yep. So it's like better for like older kids like that are potty training because, you have to get, but it's obviously harder when you have diapers because they have to get completely naked. But
that's insane. I didn't know that because they're very popular.
Very popular, yeah.
So you would think that they'd have clips for the younger ages.
Right.
And I never knew about Kiki pants. And I'm like going on child number 4, and then she has her first child. She's like, you've never heard of these? So, but I do have a couple now, and they are literally like so soft. Mm-hmm. And the kids just can stay in them all day if they need to. Tell me, this is a fun one because I have like a billion, but tell me like a pet peeve of yours. Anything. Could be not motherhood, not marriage.
I don't know. I feel like I was asked this question recently, and
I have like 1,000.
I know, and no, I can't say that because that's not. I don't like. I feel like I could talk about this for an hour, but then when you put me on the spot like this, I don't know.
I know. One of mine for, let's see what I should say. Like for bloggers. you follow bloggers
Right.
on social media, right? So for mine, bloggers, like 1 week they'll be advertising like a skin cream. So you're like, okay, let me go buy that skin cream. And then the next week they'll be doing another skin cream, and the next week another one. And you're like, well, which one works? Like, don't tell me 90 different skin creams. I feel like a lot of bloggers, like, they want to advertise everything because they get money for, like, you'll get money from the company or free products, but it's like, that's a pet peeve of mine in the blogging world. So if you're watching this and you're a blogger and you tell me 90 different skin creams, I hate you. Like, come on. So put yourself back in high school and like think about what you wanted what you had imagined your life to look like. Does it look like that?
So it's funny you say that. So I found our yearbook, and I guess I answered a question on there about where I saw myself in 10 years, and it said that I saw myself being a nurse, and I saw myself having kids. And literally, I hadn't had Liam yet when I had read that. So, because that was we've been out of high school, I think 12 years now. The nurse thing is kind of.
I remember you wanted to be a nurse.
Yeah, and especially now with everything that has went on in my life, I've gained amazing people in my life that are nurses, and I think about it all the time. But where I'm at now, I'm just as happy.
So you don't think you'll ever?
I don't think so. I honestly could not get past anatomy in college, and I think that's why I was like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to walk into a doctor's office and know everything on the poster. Like,
no.
I
couldn't. Like, we were on very similar paths,
right?
Like medicine,
right.
And now I look back and like I could never. Like, right. It's not in me anymore to deal with
right.
that kind of stuff. I would
right.
I don't know. All right. So, her journey, like we said before, has been a roller coaster, to say the least. I have spent nights on my knees praying for her. Like, 1 in 4 women, I think, mm-hmm. right, go through infertility and infant loss in their life. And it's crazy to me. And fortunately for me, I never had to go through that. But I have Angela in my life who is very close to me, and I had to experience that through her. Tell me a little bit, and also she's speaking at our local hospital. They have a ceremony the day after her birthday, and she is speaking at it for the first time. I think it said this is their 12th annual one, mm-hmm. and she's been to probably 3, and she's going to be speaking at this one. So tell me a little bit about that.
I really believe in the hashtag that I've seen since the beginning of Break the Silence, because nobody talks about it. It's taboo. Mm-hmm. And I feel like people are embarrassed, that things like this happen. And
do you think they're like embarrassed, or do you think it's a combination of like embarrassment, guilt?
Oh, it's everything.
It's like so many different emotions.
Right. It's everything.
Which, I mean, everyone's emotions are valid. I mean, you're going to go through them, but you don't want people to feel like that.
Right. And, you have all these people around you that are getting pregnant and not even trying, and, and you're trying, or you read all these stories on the news of people leaving kids in cars and, just being bad parents or whatever, and you're just trying to have one. And, it just really opens your eyes to so many things. I never thought I'd be on this journey. But I think I'm to the point now where having Liam has changed absolutely everything in my life. And my life makes sense now because of him. And going through that, I would do it again to get it, for sure.
And where did you find your encouragement going through it? Did you look a lot, to God? And
my faith was number one with all of this. And, I so many nights on my knees with asking, how I got here and why I'm here. And, and it was just part of his plan, and I just had to be patient, and I was, and now I have my miracle.
Yes, I agree. He is so cute. He has the blondest, curliest hair, and it's
I know, my mom, long. My mom's she's watching, but she hates his hair and thinks he
so
needs
cute.
to cut it. And I've done many polls, and everybody says, don't you cut those curls. So.
I will say that I love little boys like long hair, but there is nothing like a little man haircut, right? Like once you cut it off, you're like, you are a completely different person.
I know.
She had a very elaborate gender reveal. So I like literally had cupcakes and was like, it's a girl. And she did. I mean, she had, what did you guys shot?
So I have to explain this
yes.
because I'm a very impatient person. Let me just say that. So as soon I was a high risk pregnancy because of everything that had happened. So I was getting sonograms like every 2 weeks. I think I had like probably over like 30 sonograms, so not even normal, right? And so at my 15-week appointment, I asked my doctor if she could see what it was, and she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Which usually...
that's like the crease of
right.
like...
That's like the bare minimum.
Right, like yes or no. So she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm doing a gender reveal. So you're not like 100% confident, like whatever.
Right.
She's like, no, I'm, I even showed the ultrasound tech, the sonogram or whatever. I'm like, okay. We get there and it's like a box and it has like powder in it, and it's either
right.
blue or pink. And it exploded pink, and we thought we were having a girl for 2 weeks. And then we went to the high risk doctor actually at the hospital. And I will say, between my doctor's office and my high risk doctor, the machines were like a Hyundai to like a Mercedes Benz.
Oh, at the high risk.
Yes, so they're like,
for everything.
right. And I'm like telling her about how we've already done the gender reveal, and she's like, and I showed her pictures, and she starts going around, and my husband's like this at the screen, and I'm like this, and he's like, and she goes, it's a boy, and we were like, and my husband's like, yeah, I see that. Like, it's clear as day. So for 2 weeks, we thought we were having a girl. I think my mom was super excited because she hasn't had a girl. My sister has 4 boys, and my brother has 2 girls. So and the boys were the last. So she hadn't had, a lot of times have changed with like
right.
clothes and everything else.
I think she already bought like.
My mom had already
tons.
bought stuff, like sending me pictures and all that. And then, sure enough, and it just added to our story. I wasn't mad at all.
No, I mean, you can't be. But it was so funny because it was such a crazy, amazing gender reveal. And then for it to be the opposite
right.
is funny.
Right.
It makes it funny. Being a first-time mother, Liam just turned 1 in August. What was like the hardest thing about motherhood that you didn't expect?
Well, it all started with pregnancy, right?
Yeah.
Pregnancy was not easy for me. It was a very easy pregnancy, I should say, but for me it wasn't. I was always on edge. I put myself in the hospital probably way too many times because I was worried, and then they get here, and it's like my husband always was like checking on him 30 times a day and night because, make sure he was breathing. I mean, it was just, you're so stressed out, and I think you're to that point where anything can happen that you just can't relax. And now he is climbing on everything. He does sprints on the couch and like really putting me on edge.
Yes.
So I don't think I've relaxed or had a good night's sleep since he's been, but I wouldn't trade it.
No, I mean, I don't think mothers get good night's sleep, like at all. Like I just got this alarm clock because every time my husband, like when we wake up in the morning, he's like, how was your night? I'm like, I don't know. Like it's all blurred. Like you don't know what time it is at all. Like you're just like going through the motions in the middle of the night. But we got this alarm clock the other day, and I feel like the best thing I've ever bought in the past like 3 months. And it lights the time is on the ceiling. So when I wake up now, because people are like, oh, is he a good baby? How does he do during the night? I'm like, I don't know. I'll wake up and maybe it's 5 a.m., maybe it's 2, I don't know. But now I'm starting to realize that he wakes up like at like 4 a.m. usually on most nights, or like 2 or 4. So now I'm like, oh, this is so cool because like I know what's going on in the middle of the night. So now when my husband wakes up, I'm like, he woke up at this time, he woke up at this time, and he's like, okay, maybe we should take this off.
Right.
Okay. I feel like a lot of moms love to hear about what makes life easier. So what's a baby product that you would recommend that kind of made your life a little easier?
Well, thank God for a sippy cup because I am still breastfeeding. Not by choice. I was hoping to be done with that after a year, but I have a kid that loves it. So we are now to the point where we're like morning and night. So we're trying. I don't even know if I answered the question, but I don't want anything crazy.
A sippy cup.
No, I would just say a sippy cup because my boobs can't take it anymore.
No, weaning is like nobody tells you. Like you talk about breastfeeding, and to me, the hardest part about breastfeeding is weaning because it's like
the hardest part.
You know, at the beginning it's hard and it hurts, but I feel like that goes away in a couple weeks or maybe, you know, a month. But breastfeeding, the weaning part for me has literally taken like 6 months. Yeah. It is so hard to get them off.
Yeah, my husband and I are taking our anniversary trip here at the end of the month. So this will be the first time that we are away from him I've only been away from him no more than 2 days. So we're going to be gone for 4 nights and 5 days. So he's not going to have a choice. And I just feel really bad for my mother-in-law and my mom. So sorry.
I think it'll be good for him.
No, I think so.
It'll like kind of hopefully that last little.
The last hoorah.
Yes. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching, and thank you for listening us in our Real Mom Talks, and I hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much, Angela, for coming and being my first guest.
Yay!
Woo!
Where's my mimosa?